Can I give you some tips to get those kids excited about reading? Okay, so Australian Pete. You know, you gotta mix things up. My kids get bored with me all the time. I'm like, you know what? You're not listening to me. I'm gonna go get Australian Pete to come read to you. I leave the classroom, come back in. Good eye, mates, just got done putting a shrimp on the bobby. A teacher said, you want me to read to you? Kid's like, yeah, it's Australian Pete. It's me. 2:15, I'd bring in grumpy old man. Kids, shut up, I'm gonna read to you. Kid's like, yeah, it's grumpy old man. That one actually got me in trouble once. A parent's like, some mean old guy tell my kid to be quiet. I'm like, oh, I won't invite him back. California Jones, here you'd call it Utah Jones. You are a good-looking archaeologist that discovers amazing treasures every single day. You just have no idea what they are, and you have to tell us a story about it. So let's say I put a staple remover in my Utah Jones Center. My dull child, who's gonna do very well under No Child Left Untested, is gonna tell me a story about a staple remover. But what else could a staple remover be? A what?
A people pincher.
A people pincher, good. What else? A shark, good. It can be an ear piercer, zip pop, or shoelace the tire. Get those kids being creative. The book fairy. All right. Most controversial thing I used to do as a teacher, all my students got A's. I did it for two reasons. First reason was the first time I gave a student an F, he showed up to school black and blue the next day, and I swear to God, I'd never be responsible for a child's beating again. Second reason was they want us to be research-based teachers. Okay, I've read the research. Show me the research that shows a relationship between a grade and what you learn. Doesn't exist, folks. I got A's in plenty of classes I did nothing for. And I got C's in classes I worked my tail off and learned more in that class than all my other classes combined. Kids that don't miss school do significantly better than kids that do miss school. My priority's never been grading, it's attendance. And once I became an administrator and found out my funding was tied to attendance, it became even more important. I need to get butts in seats. My second year teaching elementary school, I taught second grade. And for some reason, Tuesday was my lowest attended day of the week. So I was trying to figure out a way to get the kids there on Tuesday. I came up with the book fairy. And so every Tuesday before the kids came to class, I put a book on their desk. And I'd put a Post-it note on each book. The Post-it will say something like, Nikisha, here's a book about horses. I know how much you love horses. Sign, the book fairy. Nikisha would come in and say, oh, the book fairy came, the book fairy came. My attendance on Tuesday went up to almost 100% once we started doing the book fairy.